Hello darling, I'm back to chat and show you how I did these lemonade Fulani braids. This is my first time trying this style on anyone, including myself, so I'm excited to show you how I pulled it off. This isn't a new style, but I was inspired by Jorja Smith's braids in her live video. I just think this look is so elegant and regal, so I had to hop on the wave and show you how I interpret it on my own hair. Let's get cozy while I yap you through it. Okay chat, so I start with clean, blow-dried and stretched hair, and I begin the style with just a simple curved part at the top. Jorja's hairstyle has a lot of these curved parts in the front, and you'll notice that they all just lay to one side of her face. So that's what I'm starting with, just a simple curve. And building on that first curve, I'm making a part inside of it for the first braid. The thing about creativity is that there's only so much you can plan, you know? Yes, I have the inspiration for this style, but all I can really start with is the fact that I know I want all my braids to lay to one side. It doesn't matter exactly how you get there. So I'm just winging it and parting out this first curve. Nothing matters yet. You can't mess up what you haven't even started. And here I'm showing you one of my braiding racks. I actually prepared 2 racks so that I can grab the hair seamlessly as I do the braids without having to pause and separate the hair. And here's the braiding gem I use, which I'll list in the description. I tried to prepare myself for doing this style by looking at a few videos, but it's one thing to see a style done on someone and a whole different conversation when it's time to do it on yourself. The biggest tip I can give you is to just experiment. Like for instance, I started this style with adding this extra hair to the cornrow. But I quickly realized that I didn't have to do that. I could just add the hair at the base of the braid, and I'll show you what that means in a moment. But you don't have to add hair in the beginning if that's too hard. It's really whatever fits your braiding style. When it comes to doing your own hair, do what you're able to do and keep going. Give it a chance to become something before you decide whether or not you really like it. So now I'm about to create the next braid in this section. Remember, the general concept is that we want all of the braids to go towards one side of the face. You can be creative with how you want to go about doing that, which is what I'm doing by adding this next curve part. I do this braid in the same direction as that first one, and I'm filling in that whole section the same way, with braids that fall on the side of my face. So you can see here that's all I'm doing is adding more curved braids to fill in that front section. A lot of what makes art good is the magic of experimentation, and braiding is an art. So I have no plan, I'm just filling in the blanks as I go. And as you see, I just finished that last small braid in the middle. Moving on, I parted off my middle section, and you can see here that I'm trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to do my first part in this middle section. I know I want to build off the shapes I already have parted, so I'll just follow that. I use a simple comb and trace out the shape of my hairline in that first curved part that I made. A huge tip that I don't want to skip here is that with any style, you need to be parting your hair into workable sections to make the style manageable. I was able to kind of freestyle this part because I'm not trying to part my whole head at one time. I'm going one section at a time, and that helps my mind to register this in doable bits. Also, don't get frustrated if a part or a braid isn't perfect. This isn't the style for perfection. As you can see, I take my time parting as well as braiding. I feel my way through it. Everything in between is just play. Yes, Jorja and the Braider girlies on YouTube inspired this style for me, but I absolutely made it my own, and you 100% can too. If you follow the general concept or style idea, it's gonna come out cute regardless. These braids I'm doing here don't look exactly like Jorja's because I'm finding my own expression through this idea. You can see my personal style coming through in these shots. I'm just trying to show you that you can do whatever you want. Just take it section by section. That's how I got the style on the first try. And that applies to life too. There's nothing so big that it can't be broken down into manageable pieces for you to digest and deal with. And braiding has taught me that. So you can see I'm just continuing to freestyle in this section. I'm finding ways to layer my parts and still stick with the script of having them all go to one side of my head. I'm just repeating my process of tracing the braids that have already been done and just building on those lines you've created. Being a stylist requires you to trust your ability and your vision. It's not always going to look like something right away. But isn't it so exciting when it does start to look like something you can be proud of and stunt in? You can see the style very much coming together now as I continue to braid. I didn't braid down all of the braids in the front yet because I'll be finishing the ends later. The goal right now is to just finish filling in that middle section with these layered braids. And I know my arms look twisted and all out of place, but I promise I'm comfortable. I've been a braider for over 20 years and licensed for about 7 years, so I found angles to braid my own hair from, and it just works for me. But you can see here that every single braid I've done, no matter how wacky or curvy they all fall in the same direction. Now I'm just finishing filling in this middle section, the same way I did with the front. Be creative and take your time. I actually got some sad news while I was filming this, so the repetitive nature of the braiding became like a therapy for me. While I can't share what happened, I will say hold your loved ones close while you have the chance. So now I have my middle section finished, and I left some room on the side to add some knotless braids because that's what the style calls for. And we just have the back section to complete after that. So let's get to work on the knotless braids on the side. I have a live tutorial on how to do knotless braids if you want to check that out. Jorja Smith made her knotless braids into boho, but I wanted to add beads and hair jewelry instead, so I left out the boho hair. I also just like how clean the braids come out without it. So I do the knotless braids in that whole section I left out and finish braiding all of my ends down so far. This is what I was referring to when I said you don't have to add hair until the ends. All of the rest of my cornrows after that first section were my natural hair, and I only feed in the weave at the ends to make it waist length. For the back section, you want to repeat the same process I've been explaining, which is to break that section down into workable parts. So that's what I did. I parted that last big section in half to make it more manageable, and then just started filling in those areas with braids. I tried to create a similar pattern to what Jorja had in the back, which looked to have some sharper and more exaggerated angles than in the front. I had to quite literally feel my way through this part, and I think it came out so cute. Like, I couldn't have planned this for real. Not this specific look. I knew what I wanted, but I had to let the outcome flow. And these are life lessons, babies. I'm not just talking about hair. And the braids are nice and long. Excuse the olive oil stain on my shirt. But I did the braids just long enough to still be very lightweight because it is hot outside, honey. And that's all, folks. Here's how I wore the look the day after styling. I'm in love with how the jewelry and beads look in this style. It came out just so perfect to me, an imperfect perfection. Let me know if you have any questions, especially if you decide to try this look. Later, babes.